Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And off we go from San Juan. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So a quality return, but you're going to have to wipe away some of it as they get caught for holding along the way. First and 10, Herbert. Connects on the crosser. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. The big play nets him 17 yards. And they'll have first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. The tight end going in motion right. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Right back to Pollard. No one around. He's got space. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And he only gets this one down to the 9. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Herbert from the gun. Has it in close. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Forced out. And they take this in for the score. The Antlers finish up an excellent opening series. Justin Herbert with the touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
That one splits the uprights. And the Antlers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Set to return. Here's Darnay Holmes. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And leading them out in his 13th season out of Michigan State is Kirk Cousins.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result, so expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
That's on target, Puka Nacua. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards on the play. And it sets up first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. This one finds Gage. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Gage makes the catch. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Timeout called on the field, so we've got a player shaken up, and at the worst time, too. They just wanted to keep everyone healthy entering the playoffs next week. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Man in motion here. It's a give here for Herbert. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. They send him left out of the slot. Shotgun handoff to Herbert. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble they just forced.
They do, got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed, and you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. The Antlers and Tony Pollard headed back out there offensively. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Again, a run with Pollard. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. He's on the move. Took off with it again. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Stop made by Braden Fisk. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Herbert now off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he's going for it again. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Well, Brock, we know that this has become a record highly sought after by the league's quarterbacks these days, and now it belongs to him, the single-season rushing record for a QB.
Kind of become the ultimate badge of honor for all these elite athletes who happen to play quarterback. Be one of the guys the team shapes its offense around, and what a defensive nightmare. We've seen this record challenged a whole bunch in this modern game, and we will for years ahead, but for right now, it's his and his alone.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Finds him on the crossing route. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
They'll call it a gain of 9, so half the distance they needed. It's now 3rd and 9. So that's 1 quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. Neither side separating much so far. More coming up after this quick break. Time to begin the second quarter, and we'll pick up with what's already been a lengthy possession. This has been a good drive, but it's at risk here on 3rd down. Back to throw, here's Herbert. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And they're going to have to regroup after this one.
That quarterback clock, it is so important to play in the position and playing it efficiently. You got to know, you got to have that clock in your head because that's enough time in this league to get rid of the ball. That's a lesson this QB's got to learn.
And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. Looks like play has been paused. We've got a timeout taken by the defense. Herbert straight ahead. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice that doesn't end up getting an offensive first down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
Again, they'll run with Herbert. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. All down by Dorrance Armstrong. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Out of the gun, Cousins. He throws a bullet down the right side. He's got it inside the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that makes it 2nd and goal. Man in motion out of the slot. Now a give right side to Herbert. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. We have a timeout now for somebody shaken up on the previous play, and as they work on him, his teammates hoping this doesn't keep him out of the postseason. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Cousins. Oh, he's out of time, and they drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
Hey, I get it. You know, there are times as a decision maker playing quarterback, you take a sack and you cut your losses. But when you get an opportunity in the red zone on 3rd down, you'd love to give your guy on the other end a chance. Because a touchdown, well, we know in the course of outcomes of games, so much more influential than settling for a field goal. In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with a touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
On the return, it's Jalen Reagor. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Antlers returning their offense and this running back to the field. And he's been putting together what should finish as a true standout campaign. Right now, top 5 across the league in rushing. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now Herbert to throw. Gets this to Kincaid. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Throwing on first is Herbert. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. They give to Pollard from the gun. And he started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. Brought down by Fred Warner. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing now, Herbert. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it! And this one does not go far. So here he is, getting his second field goal look of the half. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. And he missed it. It's no good. And a 4-point lead, it shall remain.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Now this offense getting set to work here. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Trying an inside give to Herbert. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Tackle made by Miles Murphy. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. To the air. Cousins. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Cousins. Buys time, rolling right. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Brings it in at the 12. And he gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. The Antlers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. Herbert on 1st down. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Herbert now, blitz coming. He'll get this one to Brown. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here's Herbert. He completes it in traffic. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First and 10, Herbert. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. That one doesn't make it beyond the line. And now it's 2nd down. Herbert to throw once more. Finds Kincaid. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Herbert throwing again. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Now it'll be a punt on 4th down with Logan Cook out to boot it. And this is the first time he's been called on today. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. So he sends this one out of bounds, and that's going to put the upcoming drive at the 35-yard line. This offense making its way back out now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Play action now for Cousins. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. This is caught inside the 15. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that'll be a 1st down.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece, and he was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Now Cousins again. Chased out to his right. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Sentinels take a 2nd quarter lead. Kirk Cousins, the touchdown. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
That one right down the middle. And the Sentinels push their lead to 3. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Here's Jamal Agnew on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And this game has really been a great audition for him, Brock, to show off how well he can do as a runner. I think we could argue that his work there has actually been his early calling card in this one so far. 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Brought down by Fred Warner. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Puerto Rico. And it's the Antlers, with 10 to go still on 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He finds Kincaid. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Marte Mapu, the man on the tackle. On 3rd down, Herbert getting out to his left. He tucks it and takes off. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. The Antlers now ready for the punt. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. That punt goes 63 yards. And they're going to be backed up deep in their own territory to begin this one. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. It's out, that's a live ball, bouncing near the goal line. And it looks like they'll keep possession. Somebody jumped on that right at their own 2-yard line.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. On the ground, it's Herbert. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Avonte Maddox up for that tackle. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. It's another rushing play. And he has this up across the 10-yard line. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. Trenton Gill out there again to punt this away. One of the league's best return men, Jamal Agnew, back deep. He takes this in on his side of midfield. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And his effectiveness hasn't been limited to what he can do with his arm this season. On that last drive, he reached a significant mark for his efforts on the ground as well. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Fits it through the middle. And he's in, touchdown! The Antlers take the lead just before halftime. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one splits the uprights. And the Antlers take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. Out of the gun, Cousins. He finds Chigakonkwo for the grab. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. He's back to throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Trenton Gill on the punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. He's got this at the 27. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So we're halfway through this final week of the regular season. Now it's up north to Orlando for a look around the league. We've got Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. As mentioned, this is the EA Sports Halftime Report. Time to take a look around the NFL and find out what's going on this fine Sunday. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as that promises to be a tight one. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And then lastly, on Sunday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. With that, the two squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Holmes now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Sentinels and Kirk Cousins headed back out to the field now. And as he continues lighting up the stat sheets this season, we can see he's still chasing one man for the NFL lead in passing yardage. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Cousins. Cut by the open man. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Now it's Cousins. He lofts it deep left. And he makes the, wait, no, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Cousins out of the pistol here. That throw finds Okonkwo. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it'll be their football. 1st and 10, it's Pollard. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Herbert from the gun. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is in! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Back out runs their offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. From the gun, here's Herbert. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. On the ground, it's Herbert again. Dukes out a one-stop. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Here's Cousins. Okonkwo brings it in. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Cousins. Pass complete to Cook. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Runs inside the 35. And he's down all the way to the 30. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First and 10 now from the 30. To the air, Cousins. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he loses control of the interception in the end zone. Could have taken away some potential points, but instead, new life, 3rd down. Throwing his Cousins. Cook calls it in. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
Carney's kick is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Here's Agnew on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. Now this offense ready to head back out. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Motion man left is Brown. 1st and 10, Herbert. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Herbert. He's on the move. He'll step up, and there he goes. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
Tight end going in motion here. Herbert on 1st down. Rolling left, buying some time. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. A tight end in motion now. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Running it after the penalty. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Stop made by Braden Fisk.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. Up the middle, here goes Pollard. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
The give on second to Pollard. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Marte Mapu, the man on the tackle. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. To the air this time. Herbert escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll give him a first down. From the gun, they go with Pollard. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Brought down by Fred Warner. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Slot man in motion right. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back him up. Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. Now Herbert to throw. Flush down out to his left. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Timeout called on the field. So we've got a player shaken up, and at the worst time, too. They just wanted to keep everyone healthy entering the playoffs next week. Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. It's a razor-thin margin separating these teams. The difference of just a single point as we begin the 4th. A lot of pressure on this kick for Jake Elliott. From the left hash, 54 yards out. The kick is off the mark, no good. And their lead will remain unchanged in the 4th.
That's his 3rd strike, but they're not out of this thing yet, Kate. They still have a great chance to win it, but you know and I know. And it's a cruel business when it comes to being a kicker in this league. They will bring in other kickers on the off day. It's just what happens when you miss this many kicks. They'll bring him in for a workout, and this kicker's got to hope that his job is still alive.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Herbert straight ahead. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Oh no, he lost control of another one! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
I'll tell you, Kate, by now, I think it's as much between the ears problem as it is anything technical ball security problem. After 3 fumbles in a game, he's got to get his head on right there on the sidelines before they will ever trust him to hang on the ball again.
Their offense running back out now. They left a few on the table their last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try that missed the mark. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now, following the turnover. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, Herbert. Hits him on the in route. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. We have a timeout now. Medical staff out to check on an injured man. And you hate to see this in the final week of the regular season. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown. The Antlers grow their lead off the turnover. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now, to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Antlers grow their lead to 8. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Holmes now to return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. We have a timeout now for somebody shaken up on the previous play, and as they work on him, his teammates hoping this doesn't keep him out of the postseason. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. Shotgun handoff to Herbert. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big 34-yard pickup there. And it'll give him a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. On 1st and 10, it's Cousins. Connects with Cook. Running in the red zone. They manage 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
A run now with Herbert. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he's going to advance them down to the 4-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. On the move, and he carries it in for the touchdown. The Sentinels down by only 2 in the 4th. Kirk Cousins, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get 1, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
He's throwing for it. And he's taken down. The defense maintains the 2-point lead. Well, they took their shot at the tie, but they'll need to manufacture another score in the time remaining now as that 2-point try is unsuccessful.
It becomes a little bit tougher to punch it in for 2 when that defense knows what's on the line, too. That's a spot where their hand was forced after the touchdown. They had to do their best to surprise them with the call. Easier said, Kate, than done.
This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he's impressed beyond his work as a passer partner. He's been more than willing to run with it when the opportunity has presented itself. And I don't think they care how he does it, right? Just keep on moving that offense the way he's been doing. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He's on the move. Now here he goes. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Play action now for Herbert. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. So now a timeout for a player who was shaken up on that previous snap, and I think we can all agree, not what any of us were hoping to see as we close out this regular season. All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Has it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Herbert back to throw. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Now Herbert again. Escapes the pocket. And they take this in for the score. The Antlers push this to an 8-point game. Justin Herbert with the touchdown. Well, his 2nd rushing score this game could not have come at a better time, Brock, as it adds some valuable points to that lead.
You know, this is something I can't really define, Kate, but it's just a feel. Right? Passing touchdowns are great, but what rushing touchdowns do, especially to your defense, is they just fuel them. It empowers them to go out and play, and now they'll get to do so with a bigger lead.
That one right down the middle. And the Antlers push the lead to 2 scores now. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Holmes now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense getting set to go. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the 31. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Escapes out to the left. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Trying an inside give to Herbert. Past midfield to the 45. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, you get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Out of the gun, Cousins. Completed left side to Samuel. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And they're going to have a first down. Cousins. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. The give to Herbert. Finds a big lane. And that is a touchdown! The Sentinels have cut it to a 3-point game here in the 4th. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
That one splits the uprights. And the Sentinels cut the lead down to just 2. Rager with the return here. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. We have a timeout now. Medical staff out to check on an injured man, and you hate to see this in the final week of the regular season. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
He loses the football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
This offense getting all set for this series. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown. While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. Throwing on first is Herbert. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 2nd and 3 now. Herbert from the gun. Has his man. It's Addison. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire. Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. Set him back 5, it's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Throwing now, Herbert. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. He mixed it in for the touchdown. The Antlers push this to an 8-point game. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Holmes now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Sentinels and receiver Puka Nacua back out to take possession. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this 2nd half. 1st down throw for Cousins. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. Able to find Nacua here. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll give him a 1st down. Back to throw, Cousins. The rush gets home, and they stick him. They've got to keep moving quick here. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. They need some extra time to think over 3rd and long. We've got a timeout. Looking to throw it. And he can escape no longer. They roam over and bring him down. Trying to set this up quick. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. And absolutely no chance of getting the yards he needed. He's brought down well short, and they're going to turn it over on downs.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
The offense headed back to the field. And as that defense comes off the field clean, making this stop, Brock, they've got to feel that they're just moments away from this victory.
Yeah, the odds would tell you that. Certainly a 2-possession lead this late on to do it, but crazy things happen in this league every week. So don't go taking that jersey off until your offense hopefully runs out the clock.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Again, a run with Pollard. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And they get one more victory in a division champion season. But that, of course, not the championship they're focused on, right, Brock? And the road to the Super Bowl will begin at home next week in the wild card round. So for Brock Heward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Antlers as we say adios from San Juan.